Hello, I'm live. How's it going? Um, there is one new member missing in my introduction. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to do the video. Let me just put it in the comments here. It is in the comments in the description below, but I just want to give him a proper shout out. Paste the link. I have it over here. So, time to shine. Homestead. Go check him out. Awesome stuff. Awesome channel. He's got short videos that go straight to the point, teaching a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of knowledge. My little friend Tommy down there and his wife at Time to Shine Homestead, they do some amazing things. I just want to say hi to everyone. Melissa, Little House in the Big Woods is here. Gardening Warrior Q is here as well. Thank you both of you for dropping by. Jack and Lindsay are gonna be in and out. Well, one of them is gonna be in and out. Bunch of laundry wash for Sunday. And wondering why? That's because Jack is coming moose hunting with us. Hello, Henny. Thank you very much for dropping by. And like I said, I shared Time to Shine Homestead's link. Go check him out, give him some love. Awesome people down there in Ontario, and I'm hoping to convince them to come to the conference this year. So yeah, I am very, very excited. And the thing is, before I go on vacation, I always struggle with work. Like I know I'm going on vacation Friday 4 p.m. For some reason, the last day is so awful. I can never get to the end of that day. I always take some time off. There's always something going on, like this year. Um, it was I went on vacation from Monday to Friday, and of course we are off on the week. Well, I'm off on the weekends, and because it's a national, international, whatever. I don't know if it's provincial. I don't even know what it is now, but it's a morning day for the person who passed away. So it's giving us a day off. And since I was already on vacation, I gained an extra day, and I took that day today. So yesterday, 4 p.m., I was on vacation. I'm here, but just listening to get the inside garden area set up. Awesome. So it's here for a bit. Self and Renz and I are going moose hunting. I'm leaving Sunday as soon as Jack gets here, and Sel's going to come meet us Monday. Hello, Michael. Thank you very much for dropping by. So I was really happy to have the day off today because um, there's a lot of stuff to do before the hunt begins. I don't know if you've seen. I sound funny. Is it me that sounds funny, or just maybe excited? I don't know. Does it sound good? Hello, Mike Caveman Savage. Thank you very much for dropping by. I hope we get a moose too. My audio is weird. Wonder what I could do, like a tunnel. Hmm. I'm guessing I would need to get out and get back in, but then if I do that, I will lose the live stream. What can I do? Let me see in the settings here if there's anything I can change. People cancellations, speaker is there, default, okay. Uh, hmm, weird. If I get closer to the mic, is it better? Or is it worse? Hmm, it's not bad. Okay, well, I'll keep on talking, and if it gets too bad, just let me know. I'll try to log on from another browser and get out from here and come back on. I'll see what I can do. Okay, like a tunnel praying for a moose. The thing is, in New Brunswick, getting worse when I get closer. Okay, in New Brunswick, the success rate is about 80 to 85%. And I've said it before. Um, there's always those people that get the license and can't go for some reason. There's always those that will get like a bunch of 5, 6 people, get 2, 3 license, and end up like getting 1 or 2 filled. But there's always 1 or 2 license that doesn't get filled, the tag that doesn't get filled, either because they already have 2 or 3 or whatever. And there's always a few license that end up not being filled out. There's also people that get the license in order to save a moose because there's some people out there that are anti-hunters, and since they're allowed to apply for a license, they get the license. Someone else is not going to get it, and they're going to save moose. Um, and then there's also the people that really go in the woods just for beer, play cards, and don't really go hunting at all. And there's always the odd one that's really, really unlucky that really isn't going to get anything. But last year was the worst year I've ever seen, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. I think the success was the rate was about like 75%, which was really bad, really worse than usual. And we had two tags, and we filled two tags anyway. So in the zone we're hunting in, it's a pretty good zone. There's a lot of moose, a lot of sign. Um, so I'm to me, it's impossible that we're not going to get one. Like it could happen, but we were really, really, really need to be like very bad lucky. Moose is yummy, yeah. All right, thank you very much for dropping by, Annie, and good luck with your little kids. It might maybe turn up too much. It's almost like, let's see. Is it better now? I put it down a little bit. Um, yeah, moose is better. Okay, right on. It could be that the mic was too loud. I volume down a little bit. To me, moose is basically the best meat. Well, my favorite meat is deer meat, and I'm guessing it's only because I don't get to eat deer as much. I'm always lucky to have someone around me to give me at least a steak of moose. Um, so the only time in the past 10 years that I didn't get a friend bringing me, or we didn't have a license, um, it was about 3 years ago, and one of my coworker ended up having three tags, and there were five or six in the family. So they asked me if I wanted to have the moose, and all I would have to do is pay for the butcher. And I said yes, and everything was done legally. They transferred me, like we need to have a transfer license, whatever, like a meat license when you get something, you harvest an animal here. And everything was done legally, and I ended up with about like 150 pounds of moose that year. Never had moose, I had deer, so how people always wanted to. It's a pretty good meat. It's close to poison. It tastes like the meat, less meat than deer. Liver, my deer now have. Yeah, same for me, Mike. Didn't have deer in so long. Last time I've had deer, it was 2016 or 2017, and it was on Grand Manan Island. It's similar to the Anticosti Island in Quebec, I guess. Thing is, the deer down there is so small, and it's eating like a different. It has a different diet. It's more like it's on an island, and I think they eat more like seaweeds and stuff like that. So for some reason, the meat is almost like pork meat. So meat is like lighter maybe, and then when you cook it, it turns white instead of gray like deer meat would. Anything else? I must get the duck soon. Freezer. Yeah, I have to put some quails in the freezer as well. A little better. All right. Yeah, moose is good. Had venison, garlic soup for dinner tonight. Awesome. Hope you bring some for the week. We're gonna eat like kings. I don't know if anyone is fussy in the group. I'm probably the most fussy one in the three of us, and I'll eat whatever you guys want to eat. So, I mean, I'm gonna bring quails. I'm gonna bring chicken. Trying to get a rabbit, but I don't know if I'll have time. I'll have stuff from the garden, fish, anything we want. Really, I'll have it. Getting it, putting it out in my mouth. Now I'm hungry. Now we can only hunt it once in a lifetime. It takes like 15 years to draw a tag in this year. Super lucky. So it's a tag in your area also. Here, I've had it twice in the past 20 years, and Thing is, we apply in groups. So like my mom, my dad, my brother, and I, we all apply together. So there's four chances every year to get a tag. And a lot of people like to make their uncle, their aunt, their cousin, their brother, their sister. They make the whole family apply for them, and if they get the tag, well, okay, you're coming hunting with us, but everything is paid for. We have the trailer, we have the truck. You just have to sit in the back of the truck, and we'll get a moose, and that's it. Which it's legal, I guess, as long as the person getting the tag wants to bring them. I mean, there's nothing anyone can do. But I find that if they didn't do that, it would give a lot more people a chance to go. This thing I've ever hate elk. I've never had elk. I'd love to try though. We don't hunt, but my family does. Last one, someone shared with me actually got hit by a truck. And I tell this is the season starts November 3rd. Okay, this might be being vegan. Yeah, like I knew right away. Like you wrote that, and I was like, what is he talking about? Like, he can't be vegan. And like, it's Jack. But then again, when we were chatting, you were always like more serious than usual. So like, got me thinking for a second. I'm like, it's impossible. Nothing was wrong. Everything was a lot trash truck. Gotta move. Knew what to do with it. Yeah, tank move as well. Send your rabbit. Like you in Ontario. Yeah, I'm in New Brunswick. Hello, Marshall. Thank you very, very much for dropping by. Or Bunny graduate to career camp tomorrow if everything goes right. I have so much stuff to take care of. I wanted to do some canning today, some freezing. I had like if you could see my kitchen right now. Um, I don't think I can show you on the phone. It's never really looks good. Let's see if I can show a picture. I went mushroom picking today. Found some nice mushrooms. So this is what I harvested today. So I have some tomatoes, squash, carrots, a couple of cauliflowers, zucchinis. Can't see very well. But anyway, I ended up also going for mushroom hunting. Like I said, ended up with about 2 pounds of mushrooms. It's um, it's tough. Like people keep telling me, just start canning. Yes, but I'm trying to freeze stuff because I don't have time to can, and I don't even have time to freeze and stuff. Um, I'm happy that the kids eat a lot of stuff, but right now I have a bunch of zucchinis and squash that all I can do is cut them and like dice them and put them in the freezer. Hello, Jesse and Lisa. Thank you very much for dropping by. Have one moderator on, and that's you, Jesse. Um, so yeah, my goal was to try to can and freeze some stuff today. I have to clean my Jeep tomorrow. Just I've been fishing since the beginning of the summer, and I still have all the stuff in the back of the Jeep. I have to make some space because I'm gonna have a few coolers of food to bring, plus a few cases of beer, and I'm gonna have to find a place for Jack as well. I have my rifle to bring. I have, like, I mean, you know what it's like to go hunting. There's always some stuff to bring, and you just can't seem to find the end of the list. Um, but anyway, I also have to go take care of the animals. The spot. I don't have to stop calling it the spot. I just call it the farm, I guess. And, there's always like I want to get my suitcase ready. I have to bring clothes for at least a week. Soap, shampoo and stuff like that. There's always there's also some stuff that I'm gonna have to buy last minute. Like I don't want to buy bread now and freeze it and take it out Sunday because gonna be in the woods for a week, so what's the point of freezing stuff, right? It's not gonna fit in the freezer once we get to the trailer anyway. So it still sounds weird. Let me check if I can. Let's just see if I can do this here. I logged in here. Can log in here. Let's see if I can. All right. Anyway, I don't know. It's not working well, and I don't know why. Here to do this, I will invite myself and go on my cell phone just so that I can get out for a second and see if that works. We have crab apple to pick. You know, cans of 22 lump syrup, and I want to make apple cider vinegar too. I found some crab apples. I just don't know what to do with them. All right, no problem, Gardening Warrior Q. Thank you very much for staying on. Making a relish with peppers and cucumbers. I don't know about that mix. Uh, I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with my microphone. Let's see if I could log in from my cell phone just for the time being. And yeah, zucchini relish is something that I want to try also. The only problem is I keep asking people for easy recipes and they send me what they consider easy recipe. But for me, something easy is something I have like all the ingredients at home. Or if I want to go buy the ingredients that I'm missing, I actually know what it is. And something that I can actually find at the grocery store. If I have to go around the grocery store 10 times to find the ingredients I'm missing, uh, it's kind of pointless. that's why that's what I find hard. Let's see if that works. Oh, just a sec. Okay. So I'm just gonna try this. I'm just gonna leave studio. I'm still here. I don't know if you guys can hear me well from here. I'm just gonna go back in and see if that works. Now, is it better? Sorry, I'm gonna have to shut that out. Okay, so this is closed now. Is the microphone working better? Loud and clear? It was working on my cell phone, but not on the mic here. Okay, where was I? I've been practicing my. It didn't work on Lindsay. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Did she laugh at you? It's gonna be fun. I don't know about you, Jack. I don't know what kind of hunt you're used to do. This is something that I don't know if you've ever been moose hunting at all. It's gonna be something different. It's mostly gonna be three guys in the Jeep, driving around, telling jokes, looking around, stopping a few times, giving a few calls in the cuttings, see or hear if we can hear anything, and I don't know, it's something different. Like I like going deer hunting because you drive around, and when I go deer hunting, I mean I don't drive around. I mean I go in the woods and I walk around, and that's what I like about deer hunting is you're alone in your own little parcel of land and you hunt there and it's so relaxing. Moose hunting is more like um, social event. You'll see like around here, like we might get a few a-holes. There's always someone somewhere that's being not nice, but most of the time people are nice. If we shoot one and we need help and someone passes by, they'll stop and help. And that's what I like. If we could harvest our moose on Tuesday or Wednesday, then we have the rest of the week to relax and also go for a few drives here and there on the main road. Go see some people, go see how their hunt is going, and go help them out if they need help. It's always fun. Well, that's something that I like to do. Crowd hold and strain out the mush, then cook the rest down in a crock pot with a bit of sugar and turns into a cool. Jack. We'll try to post some videos on what to do. Awesome. So it sounds better? Good. He's missing out now. Fisherman 506. I am Southeast New Brunswick down by Confederation Bridge. Awesome. Thank you very much for dropping by. I am from the Restigouche area. And yeah, Ren's Homestead is from the Fredericton area, and he's coming up here Sunday to go moose hunting. Yeah. So, So all that being said, I was hoping to do all that stuff today. So send me a message. You wanted to go visit the place, which only makes sense. And I was glad to bring him there because once I go in the woods on Sunday, I don't really feel like coming out to go and find him on Monday afternoon or Monday evening. I'm glad that he's going to be able to find a way to come and meet us right there at the trailer. But when we got there, there was a tree. The wind is so bad. There was like this big tree right in the middle of the road. There was no way we could go through. I intended to come back home and call my dad because he's going there tomorrow to make sure everything is fine, and he's going to spend the night there. And they always go there for every time they have a chance on the weekend. My mom and my dad, they love being out there. They've been driving around the whole summer in the woods. So I was gonna call him, but we saw a friend of ours, Serge's boss, actually, and he said that he just got back from there not too long after we got there, and said he cut the tree down. So it should be fine now. And Serge knows we're gonna have a nice spot. My cousins, the trailer is at my uncle's cabin, and my cousin's gonna be there with a few of his friends. So there's gonna be a few of us there already. For the weekend, and about 5 minutes away there's another, it's not a camping ground, but there's another spot where there's like 10 and 15 trailers every year, and a bunch of hunters go there as well. So there's going to be a lot of people around that we can go and chat, have a beer, whatever. So it's gonna be fun. We spent all day discussing our future second vehicle. This will get easier next year, hopefully. Awesome. Because this year it was really not planned that you guys were going to come. We didn't get our license. I was kind of disappointed that I was not going to be able to go until Sal invited me, and then we were supposed to go with his friend. He was supposed to come with us actually, and then for some reason, like work reasons, he can't come. So Sal was like, well, just if you know someone else that would love to come, and you can invite them. Like, I don't mind. Like, we can share the meat in three. So we asked my dad, and it was too last minute for him. I knew my brother, when he has his own license, he can't even make it. Like, he's struggling to make it. So I knew he wasn't going to be able to come last minute. So I figured, hey, we're going deer hunting with Jack. Let's invite him. And one thing led to another, and he's coming. So it's going to be awesome. I've never met him in person. My girlfriend was like, so you're inviting him to go moose hunting. You've never met him. I'm like, well, I have the rifle, and I'm the one bringing him in the woods, so I'm safe. I don't have to be scared. I have hunting camp in Coles Islands. Coles Islands, are those next to Graminan Island? Coles Island. Let me check. I'm just curious. Okay, no. It's oh, okay. Yeah. I know exactly where it is. We were actually talking about going in that area for a while. The only reason we did not go deer hunting in that area is because we don't know the place. We know it's a bunch of private lands, but there's a lot of deers down there. I want a smart car with a dog crate ratchet strap on top, the ultimate hunting rig. Awesome. Treasures from the internet. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Chipman area. Yeah, close to Ohomokto from what I just saw. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of deers down there. uh, the thing is, I was telling Selj, and I said the same thing to Lindsay. Selj has a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. Jack has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna have 3 cameras filming pretty much all of my moves, and I will be the only one with a rifle. If I miss, there's gonna be a lot of people seeing that. So I have a little extra pressure this year. Plus, I want to make sure that Self brought me with him because he knows I can deliver. So I have to get a moose, and I'm bringing Jack. So that's an extra pressure right there. And the 3 cameras are just gonna be like, I can't miss. Although if I do, it will be funny, and I will get picked on for at least a year, or at least until I get a deer if I do. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be pretty cool to see the 3 of us filming the week. I'm already picking out recipes. The pressure is on, right on. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be 3 of us filming, and it's gonna be fun to see. I know Lindsay has some amazing editing skills, and we're all gonna have our different angle on what's going on. It's gonna be pretty cool. My dog tries to take them on. He tries to take me hunting moose, deer, bear. Cool. What else happened this week? I don't want to talk about my numbers for Shed Wars because I want to keep that a little bit more secret around this time. But let's just say that I am way over my goals. I'll leave it at that. I've been harvesting. The community garden is pretty much done, because by the time I get out of the woods, it will be, end of September. I might still have a week left there, but I don't know if I want to bother with it because it's going to be apple season, grouse season. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. If we get a moose, I have a bunch of stuff in my freezers that I have to either eat, can. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because Um, so yeah, I don't want to worry about the community garden when I get back. I told a friend of mine, since I won't be there for the next week, that she can go and harvest whatever she finds in my 2 aisles. I I purposely left some zucchinis and squash there because I mean there's only so much I can fit in my in my kitchen, right? Um, you're welcome, Lindsay. I've said it from the first video I saw from you guys. The skills on the filming, on the editing, it's you got all the skills to make it out there. It's just a matter of people finding you, and once you find your niche, once you find the way to tell your story or stories, it's gonna be you guys are gonna go up. He's good at finding fresh trails. Talking about your dog, right? Yeah. I tell Tommy my numbers and he does another way, and it's fun competing with a neighbor in Shed Wars. Let's just put it this way. If you've watched his last weigh-in video where he said his total, the total he had is what I currently have in my garden alone. So I've been farming fresh eggs, that's extra from the garden, turkeys, chickens, quails. I'm gonna go hunting. I've been foraging and I've been fishing. So the total amount that he had, and I'm not saying that to brag there. I'm just, if you watch his videos, it can give you an idea of a minimum that I have right now. Awesome. Keep adding each other, guys. A lot of nice channels out here. Still working on these. We have a lot of interest. Either that'll work under a playlist or we'll need different channels. It depends. If you look at the TV show Mountain Man, they do trapping. They do like the real homesteading life, and there's also one that's doing chasing away bobcats with hunting dogs. If you can fit everything into homesteading and you stay, what's the term? What's the word? Like, stay constant on your content. If you decide that every Monday you go with, I don't know, videos about your dogs, stick to every Monday videos about your dogs. If you want to talk about your pigeons and chickens, you select 1 or 2 days a week to do that, and you do that. If you want to talk about the hunting and fishing, you try to take one day. You have so much stuff going on that you can find the stuff to talk about that. You had a video about how to trim your apple tree in the spring. That was a very, very good video, and I intend to watch it again next spring. So you're gonna have more views on that one because I want to learn a little bit more about that. I have a bunch of apple trees around, and even on my dad's land that I would love to go and take care of. A lot of nice apples, but the branches, the bushes, like everything is just overgrown, and it's tough to get to those trees. But I would love to go there and clear it out and have a nice place to go get some nice apples. Biggest goal is to get some smoked moose sausage in the freezer. Eating those in Whitehorse is a core memory for me. I'll probably try to do a bunch of recipes and different levels of smoking. Unless I miss, of course. Yeah. I'll have to make it up to you if I miss, right? There's only one time that I went and hunting was really, I can't say bad because we've seen so many moose. I shot a bull on Wednesday morning. It was foggy, and I'll show you, Jack, when we get there. It was about 200-300 meters from where the the trailer is right now, and I was coming from the other way, and that big bull, big pallets, was broadside right in the middle of the road. It was so close. I had this cheap gun, 3006, and those you can only shoot through the scope. They don't have the little aiming thing there. Those are the cheap guns, cheap ones. And when I rose the gun to try to look up in the scope, it was so close that all I could see was a black spot. So I had to move the scope around to try to find, okay, this is the head, this is the body, this would be the chest. So I have to like align myself right there and shoot there. Took the shot, my magazine jammed. I couldn't get the second bullet in, but I could see the bull kind of, he didn't faint, but he kind of had a little weakness moment, like the, and then as soon as I was able to drop the magazine, take the other one from my pocket and put it in, and I went to charge a gun, the moose left. We could see some hair in the middle of the road, and we could never find the moose. I'm sure if we had a hunting dog, you could have found it in a second. It went down in the spruce, and there was no blood. I know for a fact that I heard it because there was hair in the middle of the road, but I could never find it. The next morning, or was it the next evening? It was on Thursday anyway. We got into a cutting not too far from where we are again. I showed Sal's earlier today. I saw this big black spot way up in the cutting, and my buddy was like, "That's not it. It's just a black spot, And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really think it's a moose. And suddenly I just saw like a second head get up, and I knew that there were two moose. But it was so far off, all I could see was this little black spot. So I told him, go up the road, and I'll try to cut in the cuttings. But it was like an old cutting, so it was starting to grow, and I could barely see them. Like, I knew where they were, so I tried to go up their way. When I got on top of the hill, there was a cow running in front of me. So I get the gun up, emptied my magazine, 4 shots, boom, 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 boom. I see the cow dropping. Look at my friends in the road. I was like, we got it. Waited about 15 minutes, and then I figured, well, by the time I get there, it's going to be another 45 minutes. So I start going up. I get there. There was this big circle of blood. Like, I knew I had it. Followed the blood trail for about an hour, and suddenly nothing. It disappeared. I looked. I hate hurting an animal, not being able to find it. It was getting dark. My buddy was in the middle of the road, and he had another one right in front of him. He didn't want to shoot because he didn't know if I found the other one or not. Because, I mean, if I had the other one on the ground, he didn't want to get another one because first, it's not legal, and second, it's not ethical, So it was waiting for me to come out, and by the time I got out, the moose was gone. So the Friday morning, we decided to go back there to try to get that one that was in the middle of the road, and there it was, right in the same cutting, but right at the entrance, right there, boom, he was down. I didn't give him a chance, but when I shot the second one, I was so mad at the gun. I got out of the woods. I went right in my dad's place. I said, Dad, give me your gun. I need to change gun. He let me take his gun, and, one shot, it was down the next day. And now I have my dad's gun again. The old 3006 is gone. So if we get to see some moose, I shouldn't miss. Hopefully I won't. You're welcome. It's Caveman, but Wild Edibles is my wife's channel. Awesome. Yeah, Wild Edibles is a cool channel. Mine's all mixed up, but I should plan a day for each subject. Would help mix content channel. I have a little schedule here. Like on Mondays, I want to post videos about gardening. Tuesdays, I want to post videos about my recipes. Wednesdays would be like tools and helpful stuff, like all the stuff that I can teach, tricks and tips and stuff like that. Thursdays would be for hunting, fishing. Fridays for foraging. Saturdays for farming, and Sundays would be for family stuff. I have it there. I just never follow it because in the summer there's just too much videos. There's just too much possibilities, too much content. We should do a follow up on that. It's a good time now. You can see where it worked and where it hurt crop. Hello, Dave, from Van Camping on Peel Island for 3 days. Awesome. Thank you for dropping by. Another awesome guy there. Too bad he doesn't have a channel, but even though he doesn't have a channel, he's still in contact with us sometimes, once in a while, sends us email, a bunch of tips. He's got a lot of knowledge. I got a chance to meet him last year at the Ontario conference. Awesome guy. Has better nose than my dog, Poopo, but needs training. Dogs can be helpful. Yeah, I wish I had a dog to help us find like blood, because I know I had this big cow and I know that it died somewhere, and it's really not fun when you know that an animal is suffering somewhere. But I mean, at some point you got to move on. Like you can't stay there and hope that it's just gonna magically get up in front of you so that you can shoot it again, right? Yeah, van camping must be awesome. Hello, Tracy, driving home from a wedding, but I'm listening. Perfect. Thank you very much for dropping by. Yeah, every time I've been moose hunting, it's been success. The first time I went was back in 2014. It was the first time that I got my license. My dad and brothers have been hunting a couple of years, but whenever they would come out, would always be like either I was working or I was in college, or there was always a reason for me not to be able to go. I had young kids at home. I was on parental leave. There was always a good, valid reason for me to stay home. But so the first time I was able to go was in 2014, and Wednesday around 5 p.m. we passed in front of a cutting, and it was a cow with two calves, and we stopped. I went up the hill to try to get a better shot, and by the time I got there, the moose were gone. So I figured I'm going to go to the right a little bit to try to see if I can have an angle at them in the woods and have a shot. But I'm not crazy. My dad was behind me with a gun also, because we have two guns, right? So I figured I'm going to look back to see where he is. But he was struggling with his magazines and swearing and blah, 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 beep, 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 like a bunch of words coming out. And so I figured, well, he's not going to help me, so I might as well go to the right. But when my eyes came back in front, there was the big bull following the cow right there, broadside, right in front of me. So I took the shot, and the one shot, boom, fell right on the ground, and he died right away. So that was my first kill. When I got to the ranger's office, they told me that he should be around 476 pound of meat, almost 500 pounds. Unfortunately, I lost some meat because, from what the butcher told me, he had been shot the previous year, and it was like an infection about that big in the back leg or the butt, or I don't know exactly where, but anyway, we lost some meat because of it. The following year, my uncle called me asking me if I wanted to go moose hunting with him because he got his license, and I had brought him with me deer hunting the previous year. And so, like, yeah, sure, like my cousin is like my brother, like his best friend, and he was going to, so let's go have some fun. Second morning, we get in a cutting. The bull is right there. Get it down. One shot, boom, he's down. We look in the other corner of the cutting, and there was a big monster right there, but we already have one on the ground, so you can't go for a second one, right? But it's always like that. When you see one, there's more than one. but sometimes you don't want to take time to look around. You see one, you want to put him down. Our dogs will be trained for blood tracking by next fall. Awesome. And you mean 2023? Just so I know, because if we go deer hunting in your area, my cousin from Everett were down at their property rent. Small world, cool. I'm guessing there's something going on there. And then, when was it? The following year, my dad had his license. My brother had the second license. I think it was on the second morning, the same cutting that my uncle and I got the bull the previous year. About the same size, the same age. There was another bull that my dad got down. The next year, my uncle asked me if I wanted to go with him. He had 2 licenses, and there were only 3, so I ended up having second tag for his friend, and that's the year where I shot at 3 and ended up with only 1. The next year, I think it was my brother that got his license. He got one not too far from where we are also. The next year after that, 2018, we didn't have a tag. 2019, we didn't have a tag. Or did we? I think my dad had another one in 2019. And then, like, we got one every time we went. That's the main thing. They live across from the Ball Diamond at the west end of the village. Okay, not for me. So last year we had 2 tags. My mom got out and I did. My mom and dad decided to go hunt together. My brother and I together. Cover more space, have more. It was mostly just to have like our own little hunt. First day, just before it got dark, my dad called me saying that they got one down. So we had to go help him out. My dad is not really good at opening and gutting a moose. So we got there, and that's when I hurt my finger, because by the time we got there and my dad left, my mom had the tag, so she had to stay there. My dad left with the Jeep to go get the trailer, the bike, all that stuff to get the moose out. I was there in the dark trying to open up the moose, and I ended up trying to cut the moose, and I was trying to be careful, and I don't know if I went like this or what I did, but anyway, I ended up cutting my finger almost halfway through. I had to tell my dad what to do in the dark. But anyway, it turned out, I guess it was okay. Like, I still have this little dent in my finger, which is cool, I guess. That morning, we even had a flat tire. That's just how bad lucky I can be. I'm gonna have a spare tire just in case. And then Wednesday, we decided to go alone because my dad and my mom had to bring the moose out to get it registered and come back later that day. On Thursday, my dad had fixed the flat tire, and he decided to come with us, just drive around so that he could drive, and my brother and I could just focus on getting out of the Jeep if there was one, and, unloading the magazine. Friday, he said, well, we'll go with the truck. We'll go a little bit further in another spot, and maybe by changing plates, we can change our luck. We were following a truck. There was a truck right in front of us, in front of us. There were 2 or 3 guys in the back of the truck, and we got in a cutting, and I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to see anything here. We can barely see anything in the first place, and there's 3 guys that are way higher than us that can see, and they were just about like 100 meters in front of us. And my mom was like, hey, back up. I think I saw one. Yeah, sure, we'll back up. But when we got back, she's like, I don't see it anymore. I was looking for, unlock the door. I see her. There was this big freaking cow was right there. got out, unloaded the magazine, my brother and I. It was far by the time we could see it because it was an old cutting, but it had grown up so much that I'm guessing the cow was laying in a little crutch somewhere, and the truck in front of us couldn't see it. But when we passed, it got up. Then by the time we got out, it left back, like it started running, and we couldn't see it anymore. So we went up a hill, and then like we could see her going up and down. And so by the time we had a good shot, it was at least like 1,000 feet from us. I would say easily 350, 400 yards. My brother's hunting with the 30-30. I had the 308. We unloaded the magazine on her. Ended up falling so far back. It took us about 4 hours just to get her out. And it's not because it was hard, it's because we needed to find a way to get her out of there. And that was the hardest part. Okay, let's see. I also bought the house across the street when I was born. Well, not for me. Getting hungry, taking with us. 2023. Okay, blood tracking is a requirement for our Dutch. I can't pronounce it, but I'm okay. Hunt testing next year. We'll train the GSP for it while we are at it. So we'll have 2 dogs that can track a wounded deer. Awesome. If it's the potato farm, would be okay. Not for me. Awesome. All right. Are you busy, Jack? You want to come up and say hi and tell me what you're expecting from this hunting experience, or are you too busy doing some other things at the same time, or it's up to you. You can come and say hi, and so yeah. I'm gonna leave Sunday. They're expecting to be in Camelton around 12. I'm gonna pick them up there, pick Jack. I mean, and buy whatever we need to buy. Go across the bridge for cheap beer. Um, then head in the woods. Just show them the area. Yeah, Sunday is gonna be maybe driving around just to show you the spot, and then we'll go with the trailer and we'll get some nice supper and drink a few beers, and you know, just, my cousin's gonna be there also. We can maybe do a little fire if it's not as windy as it is today, because right now it's so windy. I've been using hubby's tablet to stay in touch. Mine's broken. All I have is my phone. I do a lot of stuff with my iPhone. I film and I check a lot of videos on my iPhone. Monday is gonna be a relaxing day. Maybe go in a few cuttings and give a few calls just to see if anything's gonna come out. And Jack can practice is how did he call it? Is an imitation of a cow, or what did he say? Let's see what he said. He said something about I can't find it. Oh, okay, there it is. That's what he said. So Monday you can practice that some more, and we'll see if it works. And Tuesday morning we start. The sun is getting up around 6:30, give or take. I was trying to check to be sure of the exact right hour, but I get up at 6:30. Was already clear outside. I woke up at 6 and I kind of forgot to look. It was dark at 6, and it's starting to be better around 6:30. So I'm guessing around 6:15, 6:30 we should be able to leave. So it will be get up early kind of week. but I think we're pretty much all hurly birds. I like to have a good breakfast. We'll have to figure out what we do for lunch. We can either go back to the trailer, or if we intend on going a little bit further or a little bit longer, just do some sandwiches and come back with for supper or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, haven't set up the new computer for the webcam yet. The old one, smart how our process because the fat cat laid on top of the keyboard and messed the whole thing up. All right, no worries. Well, you can just write it down in the chat. If you have never been moose hunting, it's going to be a first experience for you. I just hope that I can make it fun for you and Serge. Um, I'm talking a lot. I ask a lot of questions to you guys. It's just because I want to make sure that you guys come and feel comfortable and enjoy yourself. I'm really an easygoing guy. If you say you want to drive, we'll drive. If you say you want to stop in a cutting somewhere, call until it's dark, we can do that also. I know where the moose are, but it's like anything else. You can go there 30 times. There's not going to be any, and someone can go 5 minutes after us, and there's three of them right there. That happened exactly like that last year. We spent a few hours in a cutting, calling, and calling. Nothing came out. We left. A guy I know went there 15 minutes after us, and he told us I was there 7 p.m. and there was five moose in the cutting right there. That cutting. We're like, well, we were there until 7:15, and there was none. So it just shows that they can get out anywhere. There's going to be a lot of people calling. They're going to come out from every road, everywhere. There's a bunch of ponds right next to the trailer and the camp. We could get up in the morning and have one right in the middle of the road. There's going to be a lot of traffic, though. That's the only thing. But it doesn't mean because a truck passed that there's not going to be something coming out right after. But like I said, I am really an easygoing person. You want to play cards, we'll play cards. You want to go for a drive, we'll go for a drive. You want to go meet some people, I'll go for a drive, and we can go and get to meet some more people. That's what I like about moose hunting is there's no stress. We might start being stressed around Friday if we didn't see anything or we don't kill anything by then. Beside that, like, I mean, I'm going for meat. I'm not going for a trophy. If I get in a cutting and there's five moose and there's one of them that happens to be a monster, that's definitely the one I'm going to shoot. But if the easy shot is the one in front of me and I know there's a bull somewhere, I'm going to take the shot that I have right in front of me. The only thing I will not shoot is if there's a little tiny baby on the first 2 days, maybe. That's the only time I won't shoot. Anything else, I'll shoot. If it's a moose, it'll go down, and like even the small ones. If it's a bull, we should get around 375 pounds of meat. If we split that in three, like, I mean, that's 125 pounds each. Evening, Remy. Thank you very much, Amanda, for dropping by. Glamping? What's glamping? Getting out with your English word. Let me just Google that for a second. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much for dropping by and being such a good moderator once again. About exactly nothing. Perfect. I'll be doing the same for deer this year. First deer with antlers is going down, no doe tag, then onto woodcock, grouse, and hare. Just so you know, we have a currying machine, we have TV satellite. If you want to bring some DVDs to watch a movie or something like that at night, that's fine. Like I said, we'll have the satellite. The only thing about the satellite is my parents are French. There's about 90% of the channels that are French and about 10% that are English channels. So I will try to bring a few DVDs, even if it's just like to put in the background and do something else. Um, I will have to buy water. The water that's in there is not good for drinking. Like, I mean, we can cook with it, we can brush our teeth, but I wouldn't drink the water in my coffee or something like that. Um, we went for a walk, Sal and I, earlier today and found some mushrooms in the back. So there are some lobsters, mushrooms. I found some chanterelles. We can go for a walk on Sunday and find some more chanterelles. Um, it's gonna be fun. It's hard to get an English radio station. You find it's true that there's a lot of French stuff, but I don't know. I like to listen to. There's one in Bathurst, Max 104.9, I think it is. They have a lot of nice music, but we can't pick it up from around here. Around here, there's 95 CKNB, AM 95 AM. That's the only English radio station we have around here. Well, there's a couple more, but I don't know them. Kids pick up French that way. Yeah, if you have kids, they hear French, they're gonna catch it a lot faster. Um, One of the traditions that we have, and I will not push that on you, Jack. Um, there's a French channel um, radio station. The thing is, when we go moose hunting, they announce everyone that goes there to bring their moose, to show up their moose. They announce them. So it's sometimes we get to know, okay, well, that person that I know harvested one this morning, and this one I know got one yesterday. And if we go to the radio station, it's on our way to register the moose. If we go there, um, there's a chance, like we get in a draw for like a freezer and a gun and a free handlers arrangement by someone else, and there's a bunch of different prizes like that. Um, that's only though for the license owner, but I think the second shooter also ends up having a cap, or maybe sometimes a little knife. So it depends. If I get the cap, you can have it. Like, I mean, I love New Brunswick. That's awesome. I don't know which part is awesome, but anyway, yeah, I love the province. I don't like everything about it, but the hunting part is fun anyway. Um, what else is there to know? There's usually not people around here that would block roads. That's happened in the past, but it's really not that often. We might see signs, hunters ahead, hunters hunting 2022. I know the woods. If I know there's a pond somewhere and someone has a sign, I mean, even if I know it would be illegal to go, I mean, I respect the hunters. I won't go that way. Sometimes people will put up signs in at the beginning of a road, and the roads split in like 5 different roads, and they go like 10 kilometers each, and they expect people not to go that way, but I'm sorry, I'm going anyway. Beside that, I don't remember seeing a road being blocked. I think it happened once, and the person that blocked the road got the truck wrecked. So I don't think anyone's doing that anymore. Uh, what else? Um, there isn't much else. There's like I said, we have the curing machine. We have a propane stove in there, a fridge, a little tiny freezer. Um, there's 2 double beds. We'll figure something out. We can have one room for snoring people and another one for non-snoring people. I snore. There's a table. There's a sofa. The sofa makes a bed. Um, we get up in the morning if Cells wants to sleep in and you want to eat breakfast. Uh, he's not going to be in the way. Um, what else? There's a shower. We're going to have hot water, but the hot water is limited, so we will take like 4 or 5 minute shower each. Um, it's gonna be fun. We're pretty much full equipped. It's gonna be awesome, and we're right in the middle of a moose zone. My dad saw 4 different bulls on his camera, uh, 2 different cows with their babies. So we know there's moose around. And I was walking to the main pond with Sal's today, and there was no salt. So I don't know. The camera was gone. I'm thinking that he just literally switched place. So that pond is probably going to be a spot for us to go hunt if we want. If it gets too warm, the moose is going to look for a cool, wet place where there's water. That place has water. There's also wild mint. We can go and grab wild mint to make a tea right there at the pond. There's a bunch of mushrooms. We can go take a walk and harvest some mushrooms. I think there might still be some blueberries at some few places. We can go and grab that too. I mean, there's so much stuff we can do. So who else on here is going hunting or has something fun coming in the next week? I'm just here blabbering, and anyone else is up to something fun? Lindsay, do you have your whole week planned? Being alone with your daughter? No Jack around? Sal's is not here anymore, probably. Oh, he's still on. Hello, Sal's. Probably has it on, but not necessarily in front of the computer, which is fine. A lot of cleaning. Yeah. That needs to happen, right? You have a bunch of dogs. Do the dogs go inside? If they do, there's probably like a bunch of fur, like everywhere, hair and stuff. A lot of moon, yeah. Here in New Brunswick, I feel like this is. I mean, I know I spent my whole life here, and I spent most of my time in New Brunswick. But when I drive anywhere in the province, not talking about the woods, if I just drive around in small roads, I see more moose around here than I see when I go on the Quebec side or anything like that. And yet, you can buy your moose license anywhere but here in New Brunswick. I don't know. Like, I don't think it makes sense. There's so much stuff, so much moose around here that it's insane. Like, unpacking still to do. Yeah, I just got back from Ontario, right? Some inside dogs for sure. Yeah. Good luck with your deer hunting. Yeah, I'm going moose hunting on Sunday. Moose hunting season starts on Tuesday. It's only for 5 days. So if by Saturday we didn't get anything, we're done. We're not going to get anything this year. I'm going deer hunting at Ren's homestead down in the Fredericton area, and that will be from the 24th until the 29th of October. So we're probably going to leave here on Sunday anytime in the afternoon. We have an Airbnb spot reserved not too far from there, and we might go check the spot on Sunday just to see what kind of land we're going to be hunting on. And Jack is telling me that he's set up a few spots there. That's a fun thing in New Brunswick. You're allowed to bait, so you can put some apples. I'm guessing you probably have deers all over the place, right? If you go and take a walk on your land and see a bunch of trails in your area, you know that it's deer. Around here, you know that it's moose. That's a fun thing. All right, so I've been on for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna be up early in the morning. So I'm gonna say good night, everyone. See you on Sunday, Jack, and I'll probably get to meet Lindsay as well. Unless I get there and you're sitting on your backpack waiting for me in the middle of the parking lot, I'll get to meet your daughter, Kenzie, as well. Um, get everything here. Yeah, in Ontario, right? You're in Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. You have both. Uh, you should do that. That would like if I got there and it was just sitting on the side of the road or just in the parking lot alone. Um, I'd be laughing. I think I would leave him there just a little bit longer. Do as though I don't even know who he is and just drive by and see if he would recognize me. I'll be driving a white Jeep Compass, by the way. I'll try to stay a little bit further from all the rest of the cars, so when you get there, you should see me. But we'll be in communication anyway. Ontario, yeah. The funny thing about Ontario, the thing that I saw the most probably was wild turkeys. That's pretty cool. I guess they're starting to arrive here in New Brunswick, but I haven't seen any in the province here yet. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by. And I will see you next time. I will try to post some videos while I'm gone, at least some photos, because I want to stay active on YouTube, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. But anyway, I will definitely have some photos, at least for the members, and a few shorts here and there for videos for the week. All right, take care, people. Good night.